It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have a design team project for the scrap room. So I am using the flavors of the month. This is the Echo Park Ghosts and Goblins. And I'm not a huge Halloween person. And now that my children are older, normally there's not Halloween to be had. But the baseball team at my son's school, they had they all had teams of some sort, and they had to dress up. And Lucas's team was Willy Wonka. And so he got to be an Oompa Loompa. And I just thought it was the funniest thing. And he came home. He was still kind of in the outfit. And I'm like, I want your picture. I want your picture. And he's like, no. He's like, you can just have it when they post it. So I have these two pictures of me trying to get a picture of him at home. And then, of course, I did screenshot the one that was posted by the school. So I have 3 pictures, and they are 3x4. So in the sketch, it actually calls for 4 pictures, and they look square, but that's okay. So what I love about this collection is the fact that the colors are perfect for Willy Wonka. Like I couldn't have gotten any luckier. So I'm going to start with this green star paper, and I'm going to use that as the center square. So what I did was I went ahead and I gutted that square out of the paper instead of just cutting the actual square, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and take one of the pieces of black cardstock, and I'm going to put it on that frame. So I already am like preset for another layout, and then I don't have to worry about it getting like, I don't know, messed up or something, even though I keep all of my stuff pretty together. But so I am not going to use that matted paper. I am going to use the black cardstock though. Oh, just kidding. That is not the center. That is what I'm going to mount my photos in. I must have forgot. Isn't it funny how you make a layout, and then if you make another one in between the two, you forget what you've done. So I mat the 2 photos that are the ones I took in the green, and then I'm going to mat the center one that is their group in some white cardstock. Now this is the white cardstock that I used last month with last month's cut file, so you can see that there. And my trimmer was giving me fits for some reason, so I'm going to end up trimming it down just with my scissors actually. So I've got that in white, and then I'm going to go ahead and rough up those edges. Actually, I will rough up the edges of all of the photo mats, and just to give it a little extra texture for one. And the other thing that I really like about roughing up the edges is exposing that white core. So it almost gives you another layer per se. So obviously the white cardstock and the white core, that's the same, but this one is a double matte, and so I have that green, and so then it gives you another white piece after that. So here is the black cardstock, and I cut my banner out of the purple paper, and my big square is actually going to be the stripes. So you can see here that when I rough up those edges, that white core is exposed. And you can see how it really pops off of that black cardstock. That way each of those layers are going to stand out a little bit on their own. And I just love how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my layering, and then I'm going to put my photos down just like you see in the sketch. I follow this sketch pretty closely, with the exception of the extra photo, basically. So I got super lucky with these embellishments that I got the little banner there, and it says scary. Obviously, they're not scary, but I think it works. So I needed to go ahead and stick everything down before I started with my embellishing. So that's what I am doing now, and that looks really crooked. That stripe paper. I thought I was just tilting my head, but that's pretty straight, and I think it's pretty crooked. So I have this tag. It says Happy Halloween on the top, but I'm going to snip it in half and use it on the top and bottom, because that way I can get some journaling on. And so I'm going through, seeing if there's any other bits and pieces that I can use. I love the Boo Crew, because, you know, they are their little crew there. And so I'm gonna actually tuck that underneath the banner. So my whole title is gonna be Scary Boo Crew. So the is gonna get tucked underneath. Now I'm going to make a couple of clusters on both sides, and I'm going to use the sticker sheet. So the sticker sheet is what comes with the kit, the Flavors of the Month kit, and then the embellishment kit has the die cuts. So that's where both of those come from, in case you were curious. So I've got a couple of stacked pumpkins on the left and a little cute, it's probably like a potion bottle. And then I love the little ghost. It says Boo and Eek, super cute. Added a couple of the stars, and I want to add this piece that says, I'm not sure. And then I add a couple of the candy corns, and then I add a piece of baker's twine. Oh, it says just creeping it real, which I was kind of creeping to get the picture. So here are a couple of close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. In the description box, make sure you head over to the scrap room and get your hands on these amazing kits. So that's going to do it for me today. Remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye.